Come in. And this is the man. This is Lawrence Seagrave, who had been training track and field athletes at LSU and had gotten 5 track and field championships working with sprinters, and continues to work with elite high-level athletes. And he was the one that said, listen, I get guys that are world-class, and I make world-class people faster. And because it's not something that you inherently do well, that it is a skill and it's learned like everything else. And if I can make my elite sprinters 0.2 of a second faster, I can make 8 to 10-year-olds a second and a half faster, 2 seconds faster. I can make high school athletes make enormous changes, put inches and inches on vertical jumps. So around that theory, we came up with a science of being able to deliver this to a lot of people. And whenever you talk about delivering performance training to young athletes, everybody talks about Tiger Woods, and it's like we have to get them started really, really early. But that's not the whole part of this equation. I mean, the reason Tiger Woods is so great isn't just because he was golfing as a fetus. Like, the reason is that he had Earl Woods. And Earl Woods wasn't just someone who said, go out and play every day. That Earl Woods was a accredited teacher who had years of experience coaching and made Tiger do the things he didn't want to do, and made Tiger do and break skills apart to learn them as little component pieces. All these things that we know create champions. It's not just the hours you're putting in. You have to have the hours with somebody who is a trained mentor that knows coaching. And that's what Tiger had. The same with the Beatles. The Beatles weren't just great because they had long hair. They're great because, you could be argued, they're great because they loved to drink free booze and liked strippers. If you don't know the story, that's going to sound weird. The story behind them liking strippers is that these guys were out of Liverpool, and really early in their career, they got this gig in the middle of Germany, and like right outside of Hamburg. And this gig was that, hey, if you play at a strip club in Hamburg, we'll give you free drinks. And they're like, well, yeah, that's better than anything we got going on in Liverpool, so let's go to Hamburg. And for, I think it was 3 years, they played at this strip club for free drinks. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is that they had the contract they worked out required them to play for, I think, 5 hours a night. And they played 5 days a week. When you get to practice your songs in front of audiences 5 days a week for 5 hours a night, you get a ton of feedback on what's working and what isn't. You get a ton of time to tweak songs. So the time that, like, Love Me Do came out, it had been heard by people millions of times. And it had been tweaked and calculated a bunch of different times through deliberate practice.